And here's the first pitch from LaRusso. And it's a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0. Dariel with a very nice start to his Kansas career. Couple hits, including a couple RBIs, as that one misses upstairs. He went 2 for 3. It'll be a 2-0 count. That one in there for a strike, and the count's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 offering. And a fastball checks his swing, but he definitely went around, and it's 2-2. Osoria, a junior at his first year at Kansas. This one's hit out to second base. Cade Sanchez makes the play, so there's 2 outs now. And LaRusso gets his first out of 2025.
Second base, number 8, Chase Diggins.
And that's going to bring up Chase Diggins. And he has had, I wouldn't even say a baseball journey, just a heck of a journey in general. A guy who was born in Perth, Australia. And he takes that one in there for a strike. He's born in Perth, Australia, and played 3 years of baseball in Japan. And what a story that was. As this one skied out to right field, Christian Smith-Johnson going back on it, and he'll make the play. And the next time he comes up, we'll tell you more about Diggins. Burger Field is the Jayhawks have a commanding 8-0 lead, and we are just getting started here in the top of the third. Brady Council steps in. He popped up his last at bat as he takes a nice breaking ball in there for a strike. Council went 1 for 4 in his Kansas debut yesterday. As this one's chopped, a diving stop by Carson Krauka, the shortstop, a strong throw. And a great effort and a great play, but Brady Council reaches first on the infield single. Although he did a great job just getting to that baseball.
Number 7, Ian Francis.
And that's going to be Ian Francis's turn to hit, who's making his debut here today. Flied out on 1 pitch in the first inning. Final line score for Luke Singleton, as he pitched 1 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 8 run, all of them earned. No walks and no strikeouts, as this one's chopped toward the 5-6 hole. Another dive. This one's by Trey Cruz, and it's off his glove. So Kansas first and second with 2 hits that haven't left the infield. And again, Kansas has at least 2 men on and nobody out in the 3rd straight inning. And that's going to bring up Sawyer Smith. Sawyer Smith is actually a 2-way player, as he's getting the start at shortstop. At St. Cloud State at D2 in Minnesota, he takes that one inside. At D2 in Minnesota, he slashed .376 with a .424 on base and a .663 slugging percentage, 11 home runs, while also pitching 21 innings, 3.86 ERA, and 22 strikeouts. And that one, nice play by Chase Reisdorf behind the plate to keep the runners at bay, but it's a 2-0 count now to Sawyer Smith. And Sawyer Smith is technically a senior. Here's the pitch. That one taken at the knees for a strike. A good pitch behind in the count, and the count's 2-1. Brooks on deck, and he's about to have his 3rd plate appearance, and we're in the 3rd inning. And that one's downstairs, and it's 3-1. Braden LaRusso got an out last inning and is finding himself some trouble out of the bullpen here. This one's hit out to center field. Webb going back. This one should stay in the yard. And he makes the play. Both runners tagging. The throw goes to second. And it was the right idea, but Ian Francis safe at second. A heads-up play. And while it's going to go down as an F8, the Kansas Jayhawks have 2 runners in scoring position.
Michael Brooks.
In steps Michael Brooks, and he went off the wall in center field his last time up. First pitch breaking ball, handled nicely by Chance Reisdorf. And Reisdorf has showed to be a very good blocker behind the plate. Virtually nothing got past him yesterday, and it's been the same story here tonight. Fastball in there for a strike. Michael Brooks nods his head. Shortstop shaded a little to his right, closer to third base. There's a breaking ball. Tried to work its way back into the zone, but misses downstairs. And it'll be 2-1. Here's the next pitch. And this one's hit out to right field. Hit pretty well. Kristen Smith-Johnson going back, and he'll make the play, but the Kansas Jayhawks will get another run. And Francis moves up to third. 9-0 here in the third inning, and Kansas still has an out to play with. It's going to be Jackson Hauge now. That was Brady Council who came in to score his first run of 2025 and his first run as a Jayhawk. Hauge takes that pitch in the dirt. Looked to be a changeup or splitter of some sort. Here's the next pitch from LaRusso. Misses outside, 2-0. Another hitter's count for Kansas. And it'll be 2-1. Good pitch at the knees. Kansas bench didn't love that call. Infield playing pretty far back here with 2 outs. And there's another pitch at the knees. And after being behind 2-0, LaRusso's worked it back to 2-2 on the mound. Going out of the windup, here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Hauge didn't really even think about that one. And it'll be full. On deck is Tommy Barth, who has been a prolific RBI threat so far this year. Already has 4 RBIs. And this one's fouled off to the right. It'll be full. Barth with the double in extra innings yesterday brought in 2 and has 2 RBI singles so far here today. Here's the 3-2. This one's chopped out to short. Carson Krauka comes in on it, throws on the run, and makes a nice play. And Kansas adds 1 more to their lead as they are ahead 9-0 here.
Stuck at the DMV.
We're back in Corpus Christi, Texas. The Jayhawks with an absolute rout right now. And we're only in the 4th inning. Tommy Barth is going to dig in for his first at bat against Braden LaRusso. He's the second pitcher Corpus Christi has used, as the starter Singleton was taken out after just the 2nd inning. As there's a fastball to Barth in there for a strike. Here's the next pitch to the Kansas center fielder. He fouls that one off of his body, and it's quickly 0-2. Now, the one thing you can't do if you're Kansas in the situation is get complacent. All right, you're up 9 runs in the 4th inning, which is awesome. But at the same time, you can't just think you've won this game. You got to keep your foot on the gas, at least for most of the rest of this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. As this one's chopped toward the 5-6 hole, deep in the hole is Carson Krauka. And a great play by the Islanders shortstop, as it had to be a strong throw to get the speedy Barth. And he does for the first out of the 4th inning. The first time Kansas does not have the leadoff man reach so far this evening.
Number 26, Brady Ballinger.
That's going to bring up Brady Ballinger, who hit an absolute tank last at bat out to right field. I think that ball might still be flying in orbit right now. And here's the next pitch to Ballinger, who misses inside. And the count's even at 1-1. Here's the next pitch. Big swing, wanted another one, but that one's fouled off. Be a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from LaRusso. Just off the outside corner. LaRusso thought he had him, and instead will do it again, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. A great pitch. Thought he had him again. And instead of strutting off the mound, he's got to strut back on the mound. Here's the full count offering. Great pitch. And Ballinger just gets a piece of it. And it'll remain 3-2. A great at bat from the Kansas first baseman. This one's hit out to left field. Should be up along there for Josh Blount, and it is. So there are 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Dariella Soria, who has an RBI on a fielder's choice all the way back in the 1st. Soria, standout transfer from Western Oklahoma State. In 2023, he slashed 409, 509, and 782. A 782 slugging percentage. As that one misses down and away. And the count's 2-0. And this is a damage count for Soria. If he gets something belt high, he's going to look to swing, and he gets one toe high, and it's 3-0. Be Chase Diggins on deck. And a 4-pitch walk for Soria, and that's going to bring up the Aussie. And I mentioned his last time up, he had a crazy baseball story, really just a story in general. So when it was, I think he called it grade 9, which is probably 9th grade here in the States, he ended up playing his last 3 years of high school in Japan. And his schedule was one of the craziest things I've heard. So he got up at about 5:30 and took the 6 o'clock train. As that's a breaking ball. He checks his swing and did not go around. So he took the train to school and immediately had practice for an hour. Went to class and had maybe 15-minute breaks in between class where he would eat. He had an hour break for lunch, and the reason why he had to eat in between classes is because during lunch, they practiced. And then went to more class, and then finished with like a 3 to 4 hour practice. So from 5:30 in the morning, or I guess 6 o'clock in the morning, this one's chopped. It's going to be a tough play for Trey Cruz. Wasn't hit all that hard. Chase Diggins digging, and he is safe. A very close play. And Corpus Christi fans are not happy about that one. We'll probably get a replay on the screen in a second, but Man, that was a very close play, but I guess maybe the umpires heard me and want to hear more of this Chase Diggins story. So yes, from 6 a.m. all the way until about 9 o'clock at night, he was out at school or at practice all the way in Japan, and then he would get home and have to study. And he told me he wouldn't go to bed till about midnight, so he would get about 5 hours of sleep or sleep a little bit on the bus ride over or the train ride over. It was just nuts. Baseball in Japan is absolutely insane, if you didn't know. And any kid who complains that they're practicing too much, send them to Japan, and they'll have a different perspective. This one's popped up by Counsell to the first baseman, Jarrett Flaggart, and he'll make the play. So for the first time here tonight, Kansas is held scoreless in an inning. 9-0 is your